accessible presentations. Step 1. Probably the most important thing we need to do when we're designing accessible presentations is make sure we are using templates. This applies to developing accessible presentations in Google Slides, PowerPoint, Keynote, etc. In this case, I'm using Google Slides. So let's go to New and pull down to Google Slides. I'm going to use a blank presentation for this purpose. And remember, we're not using blank slides. It's just a blank presentation. With blank presentations, it still means we have templates available to us. And by templates, I mean pre-programmed content containers offering you a title on each slide, a subtitle perhaps, text-based content containers, or image-based content containers. The important thing is making sure that every slide has a title and that that title is unique. So let's just call this presentation and this would be step 1. Very quickly I can name the slide deck by clicking up in the top left-hand corner, and it pulls from the main title up into the name of the entire presentation. Back to the slides. I've made my first slide. I'm going to go to add another slide by clicking on slide, new slide, and notice that because I'm using a template, that I have a pre-programmed content container with an add title. So I'm just going to call this using templates, and I'll just put in the text box here, presentation name that we talked about, unique titles on each slide, content containers. All very important. Let's add another slide because I want to change the layout of that slide now. And how I do that is add slide, go to layout, and let's just choose a layout with different types of content containers. But notice I still have a slide that has a title. I'm calling this slide templates and key points. And again, every slide has a title. Every title is unique. And never use a blank slide. And the reason why we need to use titles and templates and fill every content container is because we want to make our presentation accessible. And when we use unique titles on each slide, it allows individuals who are blind and visually impaired using screen readers to much more easily navigate your slide deck. Okay, so here we have 3 slides. I just want to reiterate, if we add another slide and choose a layout with a slide that's blank, that won't be read by a screen reader. So it would make this presentation inaccessible. I'm just going to delete that slide. So there we have the step 1, very important step using templates. The first thing we're going to think about when we're designing accessible presentations. Just really quickly, if we want to check the accessibility of our presentation, I can get the add-on Grackle for Slides. I'm going to launch that and do a quick accessibility check of my presentation deck. And as you'll know, the presentation title is checked. Document language has been specified, English. A slide should have a title. Slides title should be unique. A slide should not be empty. And everything else checks out. And thus our presentation deck is accessible.